we're going to Apocalypse. His Magyar has been leveling up in the lower side of things. I was talking to TWK back in the green room, and I was like, why is his Magyar just looking so much better in the lower bracket? And TWK's answer was like, because he's actually hitting. He's connecting with the attacks.
He's like doing proper greatsword things. Now, the one thing that does make me sad is I love sitting with you here on the desk and with the crew back there, but greatsword having a prominent role in one of the only tournaments we've seen in recent memory, and Flambeau's not here to call it. I do feel bad about that.
No, that's very fair. Flambeau, of course, absolutely adores the greatsword, and honestly, one of the most knowledgeable commentators out there when it comes to the greatsword itself. But we'll try to do him some justice if we can. Right now, Sandstorm throwing out the neutral light, but not able to find the connection. Dare doesn't go for the follow-up Nair.
I think Wrench might not have been damaged enough for it to bounce off the platform to grab that neutral layer after, but here comes the hammer. We talked a lot about greatsword, but Magyar, like every character in Brawlhalla, does have two weapons, the other one being the hammer. Sandstorm has shown us some pretty good hammer stuff today.
Yeah, I was definitely nervous about his hammer at the start of the day. I was expecting it to be kind of like when he first started playing Zol, right? Where he was really good on the cannon, not that great on the axe. I was expecting kind of a similar situation, but looking good on both weapons.
Been seeing some good spacing from Sandstorm as well. His dashes have been really on point today to get in and out of range of all of his opponents. There's a sidelight, neutral light, immediately
nice
dodges right after that. That's something you see a lot from Sandstorm and players in general, but specifically Sandstorm here, is he'll throw out one move. If it hits, he'll go for the bridge move, and then he'll go for the dodge immediately after, because he knows a lot of times his opponent is immediately going to punish that whiff.
Yeah, he's really good about going opener, bridge, and then dash back, and then going for another opener. But on the hammer this time, no D6 just yet. Trying to get that stomp. Nice side air, keeps Wrench on the corner, over to the greatsword.
See him leading off with an air, and then he backs up. He knows how much range he has compared to Wrench when there's a greatsword in his hands. I'm looking at the side light, huge range. Looking at dash D light, absolutely massive range. There's the dash D light. He covered basically half the stage.
It reaches really far, but I'm surprised he's not leaning into that side light a little bit more. It's got that consistent setup with the recent changes, and then of course you can get those resets. Goes for the three-piece, goes for a very delayed neutral closer there off the neutral bridge.
Back onto the main platform. We haven't seen too much in terms of like the off-stage game. You don't see those edge guard engagements from Sandstorm when he has the greatsword in his hand. Throws away that sword, grabs the hammer. Now we might see some more off-stage stuff, because you know Hammer can succeed in the off-stage, the recoveries, the side airs, the down airs. That side air wasn't really off-stage, but still led to a KO. Sandstorm in the lead. We're about 2 minutes and 45 seconds into this game. Wrenched on his final stock. Sandstorm in the red. We could see a KO from Wrenched here. Neutral air is going to knock away. There's the side light. Wrench following him around the corner. Wasn't quite with the chain dodge. Did it a little bit more slowly.
Yeah, really just stuck right next to him. Didn't go for that hyper-aggressive chain dodge into the side air. Something that he really pioneered. Oh, that's going to beat out the side light? Wow.
That must have been frames away from Sandstorm getting the hitbox out in time.
That was so close to working out in favor of Sandstorm, but still holding on to the stock. That's that high defense of the Magyar. Recovery actually beating out Wrench, and Wrench is struggling a little bit to find that knockout, and likely wants the sword for the D-Light recovery if he can get it.
There's the side light. Went for the turnaround neutral light this time.
That's that 50-50. If you get the side light, you can go for dash and light, and depending on which side you go, will generally catch most of the dodges in that direction.
Wrench did a pretty good job of not taking too much damage before he found that KO. He is in the yellow. He's going to take a hammer neutral air. Turnaround neutral air when Wrenched was on the left side. It's a little bit of a questionable decision from Sandstorm on that one. Stomp side air has Wrenched in the orange, Sandstorm in the yellow.
Ooh, went for the scoop up there. Didn't think he had it. Again, that's one of those ones where, like, if you hit him a little bit too early, won't hop high enough for that follow-up. For the scoop ups again. Over to the greatsword. Misses the downlight. Wrench getting into the red here. Sandstorm needs a little bit of a read to get this knockout.
Sandstorm straight up patrolling the ground until he goes for that nair option, maybe sometimes the recovery. There's the recovery option. And he always tries to protect his landing with the down air, has the hammer in his hands. Going to give him a lot of creativity on how he finishes up this game. Stomp side air, but it's from the wrong side of the stage.
Oh! Wrenched able to slip past all of that. Sandstorm was really hunting for the knockout. You saw him chase deep, and Wrench coming back on stage. Suddenly, putting the pressure on Sandstorm, but a nice recovery, and Sandstorm takes game number 1.
That was an interesting way for Sandstorm to chase off stage when he was unarmed. I don't think it was going to require everything from Wrench to get back. I believe he was saving the dodge there. That's kind of how he got through Sandstorm. But normally you don't see him go that deep unarmed. He'll kind of play it close to the wall, wait for the dodge to come out, and then he'll go for like the GC side light, or he'll wait for the dodge to come out at the very end. Wall touch cancels the iframes, in comes the GC light into the ground pound from Sandstorm. So that was sort of an uncharacteristic edge guard, and I'm not sure that might have been what he was going for, with Wrench thinking, okay, he's going to wait for me to blow everything. I'll save my dodge till the end. Maybe I can get safe.
Yeah, I think either Sandstorm was just trying to go for something different to throw off Wrench, or maybe more likely is the fact that Wrench is actually really good in the offstage. Like, he's really good at turning around those offstage situations. So Sandstorm's like, I can't go for the common things that I normally do. I got to go for something that maybe Wrench isn't expecting.
There you see Wrench going deep off stage on that one, chasing with the down air, and Sandstorm was booking it away. Tried to get the read with the recovery the other direction. Wrench was actually behind him and to the right, so it didn't make contact. They're just kind of trading blow for blow back and forth.
It was interesting. Sandstorm actually got the opener, missed the bridge, but delayed it long enough that the closer, the neutral, ended up catching Wrench coming back in after getting out of that pressure situation. Tries to reset it, goes for a jump chase dodge recovery. Oh, dunk down, but it goes onto the stage.
What an interesting way. I don't know if he knew that he was going to go back on stage with that, but that was a really interesting and creative way to get back on stage that I don't think really anybody would have expected in that moment, to be able to punish it and see it coming.
Yeah, definitely a little bit of a surprise. Threw Sandstorm off guard, but he's still able to recoup himself and get that knockout. We're seeing him again go for the side light, neutral light, and then try to reset, but not getting that follow-up off the reset.
Now we're still seeing Sandstorm just maintain these little leads. Out comes that recovery, not enough to KO. He's able to get back to the main platform, just barely dodging that downlight. Even that recovery is not enough to KO. Sandstorm landing down, hits the down air, sending Wrench up, giving him plenty of time to get back to the main platform. Sandstorm, he is a ground general, just completely patrolling that ground area, punishing landings, not going up too high to where he's going to get hit by a KO move. Fantastic work from Sandstorm to keep himself alive, take yet another stock, have his choice of weapons, and maintain the 2-stock lead.
Every time Sandstorm looks a little bit awkward, like that whipped ground pound, he's able to immediately regroup himself, throw out that down heavy, and catch Wrench off guard. Wrench does finally finish off the stock, but it's still a full stock difference between the two of them.
Weapon spawn does come to the left side. It's definitely favoring Wrench. He's able to grab that one, get back to the Katars while stripping the field. One comes to the middle. Ooh, Sandstorm was close to hitting that downlight.
Yeah, he was quick on that gravity cancel downlight as well. Really was trying to get that as part of the string. There's the first signature we've seen from Sandstorm in a little while there, but he's going to miss the end sig.
He liked that heavy button for a second, so he felt like pressing it just one more time, even though we haven't seen too much of it so far, at least in the past couple games.
It's definitely been a lot coming out, but suddenly a lot of signatures starting to come out from Sandstorm, trying to get that movement into the recovery. Didn't quite work out. Again, the signatures coming out from Sandstorm.
Is this the service game on the Friday Dev stream? He's pressing that heavy button, and it doesn't matter. He gets through it, takes a little bit of punishment, and that's something that is like a good trade for him. You throw out a signature and you take like a Qatar sidelight. Oh no, what am I gonna do after that? Oh, I'm just gonna keep using the heavy button and get these KOs.
And really good routing from Sandstorm on that final one there. Got the sidelight neutral bridge into the side closer a little bit less likely to hit because it can sometimes be jumpable. There you're seeing it. Ooh, but it's the side finisher that made it so good. That finisher launches more horizontally, great for finishing off stocks.
It's almost like Wrench got comfortable seeing the signatures coming out, saying, oh, I'm going to wait for this one. He'll throw it out. I'll be able to punish me. We're just going to keep going through this little reduce, reuse, recycle kind of bit where you do a sig, I get a punish. You do a sig, I get a punish. And then it's going to add up and add up and add up. But then all of a sudden, complete interruption of that cycle, Sandstorm gets the KO.
Yeah, Sandstorm doing so good at building up that damage. And now it's forced Wrench over to his Game 3 character. He's swapping back to the Lucian, the character that he's hoping will bring him back into this, because right now Sandstorm's just running wild.
Oh, the hammer is looking so good.
Dude, I'm telling you, the spikes on that mace are adding extra damage for Sandstorm. Whoa, what a side sig attempt. Oh my goodness, went for the Russian Mafia.
Didn't quite pick up that final hit, but so much damage has been added up. That's a nice string from Wrench. He's continuing this off stage, but there comes the recovery, and that's what can be.
Oh! Turned on, but he still got the jumps. Really good movement from Sandstorm. Will bring him back onto the stage.
And you think about how close that was to possibly being a KO from Wrench. This is only Sandstorm in the orange. So it was close to getting a KO, but almost doesn't count. D-Light recovery, the latter half of that did turn Sandstorm red, but a lower strength legend, especially on this Demon Island, is not going to find those KOs super early, even with Blaster's D-Light recovery.
Ooh, but Blaster's N-Sig raw from the center stage will even up the stock count. Wrench has advantage in the weapon department. Very real opportunity to bring this one back, but he's going to need a lot because this is high defense versus low strength.
Ooh, nice hits coming out from Wrenched. He's actually basically evened up the damage here. That's going to be a neutral light. That'll turn Wrench from white to yellow. So they're basically even here. I take that back. Sandstorm is in the orange.
And he makes the swap over to the Greatsword. Wants the range advantage that this will bring him. N-Sig to catch the dare. Still not enough to finish off this stock. Has the hammer in hand, looking for the stomp into side air potential, but not able to find it just yet.
Wrench just unarmed off stage. You see him playing low.
Yo!
He grabbed it in the perfect time. I still don't know how top players will just sit there doing like nothing, and then all of a sudden something just hits and they know exactly when it's coming.
Yeah, I mean, he saw the way Wrench started jumping up. He's like, you're going to recover high, and this covers the highest angle possible. Really good pickup from Sandstorm, but Wrench, potential here to even this one up immediately. Has Sandstorm in the red, following side air, not enough. Oh, yes, it is
going to follow there. We are still even on stocks. Wrench is going to be a little bit behind. But now that we're seeing those signatures come out and be an effective tool for Sandstorm, think about the middle of last game where he was throwing out those signatures and getting punished. Now, not only is Wrench not getting punishes, but he's also getting hit by these signatures. That's so scary for Wrench.
But what's good for Wrench is the fact that he's hitting all these recoveries, hits the follow-up, doesn't go too deep. Oh no! Goes over the corner, charged up, just burns movement from Wrench, but he gets back up safely. This is tournament stock here for Wrench. Can he get this to a game number 4?
Has the blasters in hand. It's going to take a little bit before D-Light recovery will KO. Even that dare, picking up that low, not even sending Wrench off screen. That neutral air back-to-back. Wrench needs this to stay alive in the set, or he's going to go down 0-3 to Sandstorm, who moves on to fight Phazon in the losers finals.
Charged up again, burns a lot of movement. Wrenched with a nice punish, gets himself back up, and he's going to wait. Sandstorm with a rare drop.
Oh my gosh.
Chase was trying to catch
it.
And the DC down light will do it. Sandstorm beats out Wrenched 3-0, but look how close those numbers are. 589 to 587.
That was actually had the potential to be a stock right there for Wrench. We could have seen a different outcome to that game if he got that stock. Sandstorm was able to just evaluate all of the in-air movement economy that was coming out for both players. Look how close that is. 590 to 587. Damage per engagement, almost even. Damage done, almost even. That game was so close. A lot of those games had really close moments, but at the end of the day, it was still a 3-0. It was Sandstorm's